if you look at the example what we have done in the last session, I was taking product name here, I was taking a name here. Both of them I am taking different. So name I was assigning to product name. What if I give both the names as same? Here I have given a different name, so we are very much clear. Name is coming to product name. If both of them, if I give like a product name, then what will be the scenario? Both of them, if I give like a product name, what will be the scenario? What will be the scenario here? So to understand this, we need to use a concept called this. Now, if there is any conflict between local and non-local, who will dominate? Local will dominate. Am I right? There is a fight between a guy in Amaripet and Warangal guy. Now who will dominate? Amaripet guy will dominate because it's a local. Am I right or no? Right? Now, then there is a conflict between local and non-local, local and global. Local will dominate. Local will dominate. Why the conflict is coming? Because both of them have the same name. If both of them have same name, then only the conflict will come. If both of them have different names, there is no conflict. The conflict is coming when both of them have same name. I told name. Look at the point. Now, what is the value of each? What is the value of each? There is a global variable called age. In the local also we have a variable called age. Now, when I am trying to print the age, will it print the global value or local value? Now, I was asking this question because there is a variable called age which is available globally. There is a variable called age which is existing locally. Now, if I have string name, when I am printing the string name, am I asking which name will print? There is no issue with this. It is obvious that Ravi will be printed. I have taken if I print debug salary, what is the value that is printed? 5,000. Because there is only one local variable. When I try to print that salary, it only prints that 5,000. The conflict is occurring when there is a local variable and the global variable with the same name. The conflict is occurring when there is a local variable and a global variable with the same name. Am I right? Now, when the conflict occurs, which will dominate? Local will dominate. So, what is the age we are going to get? 30. What is the age we are going to get? 30. Okay. Now, the question is, boss, when you know that conflict will occur, why are you giving the same name? When you know that conflict is going to occur, why are you giving the same name? I want to know which value I am entering and where it is stored. While entering, I should know it is a name what I am entering. It is also stored to name. While I am entering, I should know it is age what I am entering, stored to age. Are you getting my point? If you give the similar names, it is easy for you to recognize what you are entering, what you are storing. So if you give the similar name, there is a conflict. Right? Now, if I make age equal to 90. Now, whose age is 90? Local variable age is 90. If I come out and say system.debug age, what is the value of age? 40. It is a 40. It's not 90. Why? Now there is a local variable called age, right? Whenever I am referring, it is referring to local variable. Whose value is getting modified? Local value. How long the local variable will be there? Until the scope. Once you come out of the scope, global variable. So whatever the changes I made in that, it is only affecting local variable, not the global variable. Whatever the changes I made on age, it is only affecting local variable, not the global variable. If I come out of the floor bracket and print system.debug, we are getting what? We are getting what? Okay. Are you clear about this? So when there is a conflict between local and global, local will dominate. Every change that we make will be applied on local, but not on the global. When you come out of the scope and say, the global variable will come, right? So let me give you an example. Try to understand this example. So I was giving EMP name. This is what it is. This example, EMP name, age, decimal, salary. Name. What is my intention? This value is assigned to name equal to age equal to this age, local age. What is your intention? The value in the local variable should be assigned to the value in the global. Age equal to age. I give it like this. Now, basically, what was our intention? Our intention was to take the local variables, assign them to the class variable. EMP name should be saved to name, age value should be saved to age, salary should be saved to salary. Right. Now, EMP name, both of them are different. There is no conflict. Age, both of them are same. There is a conflict. Salary, both of them are same. There is a conflict. So, whatever the changes I make on the local, they will not be applied to the global. Now, first let me print the output to show you the execution. Again. So, let us see what is the value we are getting here. Name Ravi we are getting. Age null we are getting. Salary 10,000. Why that age is not transferred? I gave age. That age was assigned. What it is doing? Do you have any local variable called age? Yes. 30. It is assigned to whom? Age. When it is assigned to age, do you have any local variable called age? Yes. So this 30 is assigned to local variable. Right? So the 30 was assigned to whom? Local variable. Now when I come out of this floor bracket and when I say age, what is the value? Null. What is the value? Null. Because every change I made on the age is affected only on the local variable called age. There is a local variable, there is a class variable. Every change I am making it is getting affected on local variable but not on class variable. So next, this dot salary equal to salary. When I say salary, local variable called salary. When I say this, don't refer to local variable, refer to class variable. There is a reason, even though both of them are same, salary, still we are able to see the salary is assigned as 10,000. Why local value was assigned to class variable? Because I used a keyword called this. When I say this, don't refer to local, refer to object. Whichever the object has called you, refer to the variable from that object, not from the local variable. Salary is a local. This dot salary refers to salary is a local. This dot salary refers to class variable. This instance of an object. I hope you're good. When there is a conflict between local and a global, local variables will dominate. If you want the domination to be avoided, we use this keyword. When you say this, we are referring to the instance of a object. If you don't use this, it will refer to local. When is this story? When there is a conflict. When there is a conflict between local variable and global variable, or a local variable and object variable, then we use the keyword called this to refer to the object. If you don't use this, it will refer to local. I hope you're good with this. People are good. When we have this issue, if both of them have same name. If both of them have the same name, I have this issue. I hope you're good with this. People have followed this concept. Am I clear with this?
Satish, in last example, can you go to the example? I have one question.
I'll come back. Just give me some time.
Okay.
This is a keyword. When local variable and same name, then local variable if you want use this dot, we use this dot. You ask your question now. Ask your question, boss.
Here, to the global variable, we are assuming the value which has given as the local variable, as in name equal to name. So in that way, isn't it should be salary equal to this dot salary, or this dot salary equal to salary?
See, are you giving local variable to global variable or global variable to local variable? You give A equal to 10 or 10 equal to A. We are giving local variable to global variable, right? The variable what we give in the local, that I am assigned to global. This is a local variable. Value which is in this local variable, that I was assigning to this. Right, Amma? The 40 should be assigned to...
It should be emp name equal to name in the same way. I just got.
Now, the value of EMP name is assigned to name. If you want to assign 10 to A, how will you write? Let A equal to 10 or 10 equal to A, which is right? You want to assign
A equal to 10.
When you want to assign 10 to A, value of 10 you want to assign to A. Here also the value of EMP if you want to assign to name. Now when you say parameter, this is the input what I give. The input what I give, I want to store in name. The value which is there in name, I will not give as input parameter. The input what I am giving, the Ravi what I gave, that is EMP name. That EMP name I have to store to name. Name is null. I gave Ravi. When I gave Ravi, this Ravi is coming to EMP name. This EMP name, whatever the value that is there in EMP name, that value we want to store to name. Got it, Amma? Got it? Okay. Yes, have we got it? This problem is coming only when you take same name. If you have different names, there is no issue of conflict. Okay, boss? Now, let us come back to the next concept, static keyword. Shall you want to do one example? You have followed this. Create a Apex class. Create a constructor which will take last name, first name, known as values to create a method show which will print values of create a object and invoke. Now, do this example. How did you create? Then I was creating a method called show. This is how I created a class with an object. Then how do you execute? Done, boss. Now, let us get back to the next story. I hope everyone is good with this concept. So, this will come into the picture only when there is a conflict between local and global variable. Now, we have a next concept called static. What is this static variable and how we are going to use it? Now, let us look at this. Let us look at the static variable. Now, these two people, let us say wife and husband, open a bank account. When you open a bank account number, password, amount. This is the data. She has opened account number, password, amount, and data birth. When you open, you have your own account number, you have your own password, you have your own amount, you have your own data birth. Now, account number, password, amount, date of birth. This is the data which is available. Okay. Let us say, now there is no problem. Both of them have their own accounts. They are logging in, they are working on it. So, I can, okay, this fellow cannot work. Okay, log into, he will be having his own account details. She will be having her own account details. There is no conflict. Am I right? So, both of them have their own account numbers. Both of them have their own password and balance. But they plan to open a common account. When they plan to open a common account, what happened? When they try to open a common account, now I have taken, they want to open their individual accounts. So they had their own account number, password, amount, and date of birth. If they want to open a common account, then story is different. when they want to open a common account, there is some common data which the bank will collect from both of them. There is some common data for both of them because they opened a joint account. Then what happened? Account number is common for both of them. Password is common for both of them. Right? What is the balance amount? Common. What will be changing? Name. Okay. Age. Right? But what is this data? Account number, password amount. It is a common for both of them. Right? Now this fellow deposited 10 lakhs. Now what is the balance that Divya can see? When Divya log in, what is the balance she find? 10 lakh rupees. She didn't like the figure of 10 lakhs. She withdrawn 8 lakhs. Now when Shyam logged in, what is the balance he is able to see? 2 lakhs. Now who is able to use this variable? Both of them can use the variable. Both of them can modify. Then immediately Shyam deposited 10 more lakhs. Now the balance has become 12. Divya logged in, 12 lakhs, withdraw 10 lakhs. Joint account, right? This is the meaning of joint account. So, what was now there is some data which is common for both of them. When you want some data to be common, now they included one more person to this account, his son. Now when you open the son, again the story is what? The story is the same. Now what is the common data? Now account number, password and your amount is common. What is the different data? Name, age, date of birth. Right. They opened, daughter added to joint account. Again what happened? Common data. What is the common data they have? What is the common data? Account number. So let anybody add to the joint account. There is some common data. There is a independent data. The bank will collect joint account holder name, age, date of birth, but your account number, password and amount is same. Am I clear with this? So what was this? For all these people, we want some common data. Let anybody want to, if Shyam log in and modify the password will be changed for everyone. If Divya log in and modify the password is modified for everyone because it's a common thing. Now for everyone, if you want some common data, then we define that common data as what? Static. Now how many times the data will be given? Only once. Should I create separately for every time? Account number, password amount, account number, password amount? No. They will be created only once. Okay. Everyone who want to access this, modify this, they have to come to this location and do it. But your name is separate. Your name is separate. So there is data which is common to everyone. There is data which is common to. There is data that is common to the everyone. So the data which you want to take common to every object. Now here Shyam is an object, Divya is an object, Raghu is an object, Kavya is an object. If you want any data to be common for all the objects, that data we are going to create as static data. If you want any data to be common for every object, all the objects of this class should have the same data. Everyone can come here and modify. If I make any change, it should affect other people also. This is common for everyone. Everyone can come and use it. Everyone can modify it. If I make any modification, it should be affected to other people also. So if you want to take any common data, that data we are going to define as static. I want independent data for every object. This is only for Shyam name. Shyam, your name, your age, your date of birth. Divya, your name, your age, your date of birth. The data which is not common, we will call them as non-static. The data which you want to define as a common for everyone, that should be static data. The data which should be independent for every object, is called non-static data. All the examples that we have done till now is what? Non-static. Because every object has its last name, its first name, its phone number. But we want a fixed data now. We want a fixed data. I hope you are clear with this. Right. So what was the static? When you go to a movie theater, there are 4 ticket counters open. Right. But number of tickets available in the theater are only 500. Either you book from counter 1 or counter 2 or counter 3, total number of tickets available are only 5. From the counter number 1, if I book 10 tickets, available tickets are 490. If I go to counter number 2 and book 10 more tickets, available tickets are 480 for whom? For everyone. Counter 1, counter 2, counter 3, counter 4. For all of them, it is a common figure. What is that? Total number of available tickets are 500. From counter 1, he booked 100 tickets. Now available tickets are 400 for whom? Counter 1, counter 2, counter 3, counter 4. Counter 4 cancelled 50 tickets. Now available tickets are 450. It is a common data for all the 4 counters. When you say non-static, what will happen? Counter 1, 500 tickets. Counter 2, 500 tickets. Counter 3, 500 tickets. Now you want everyone to have independent data, or you want all of them to have a common data, and everybody has to come to the same location. Did you get my context? Did you get my context? If you want any data to be defined commonly, any data to be common for every object of the class, and if any one of the object make a change, that should be reflected to other objects also, then we have to define those variables as what? Static variables. We have to define that variable as static variables. I hope you got my context. People are clear? Am I clear with this context? Yeah. People who are new to the programming, are you comfortable with this concepts what you are learning? The people who are new to the programming. So unless you open up and tell, I don't know. I know only Salesforce, no face reading and that. So if you not followed, you have to tell.
Yes, sir.
Not followed. Now, first let me give you the context here. How you define public I have taken A value, B value. What is the values I gave? 0, 0. I have taken 0, 0. Public void A value equal to A value plus this is what I did. Did I give equal treatment for both the variables? I gave static, non-static. If I use a keyword called static, the variable becomes a static variable. I gave very equal treatment for static and non-static variable. So what did I give? Static integer A equal to 0 and integer B equal to 0. I gave equal treatment to both the variables. And whenever I am adding A equal to A plus 10, B equal to B plus 10, then I am trying to execute this program. Static example. One dot add. So when I call the value system dot debug 1 A value. A value. Now, if the variable is static, we have to call them as class name dot. You will not call with object. If the variable is a static, how should you call? It is not specific to object. It is common to class. It is not a okay a1 okay. It's not one value. It's not two value. It is common to class. Anybody who come to this class will have the same value. So how are you referring? Class name dot variable. Class name dot variable. If it is B, for one we have a different B value. One dot B value, two dot B value. Again, I'm calling. Let me show this example. This is the structure what we give. When I execute this program, what program will do? First it will check what are the Apex classes used in this code. When I execute this program, first what it does? What are the Apex classes we use in this code? We use a static example. What we used? Static example. What are the Apex classes we use in this code? Static example. What are the Apex classes we use in this code? Static example. When I say static example, now what is the variable we are using? Do you have any static variables in the class? Do you have any static variables in the class? Yes. What was that? So first it says, what are the Apex classes we are using in this class? In the execution of the program, what are the Apex classes we are using? In the execution of the program, what are the Apex classes we are using? What are the Apex classes we are using? What are the Apex classes we are using? When you say what are the Apex classes we are using, so look at this one. We are using Apex class called static example. In the static example, do you have any variable? In the static example, do you have any static variable? Yes, we have a static variable called A. So in the class, do you have any static variables here? I have a static variable called A. So memory is allocated. When is this? Still the program didn't start execution. Before the program start execution, it is checking what are the classes are there in this program. There is only one class I am using in this program, static example. Then go to that class and see, are there any static variables in this class? Yes, there is a static variable called A value. So create the static variable. Then go to the line number 1. What is the line number 1? Static example 1 equal to new static example. So memory is allocated for static example. Then, so when you create an object, memory is allocated for whom? When you create an object, memory is allocated for whom? Memory is allocated for non-static numbers. Again, static example 2. When you say static example 2, one more object is created here. So for static variable, how many times the memory is allocated? For static variable, how many times the memory is allocated? Memory is allocated twice. sorry, for static variable, how many times the memory is allocated? Only once. For static variable, how many times the memory is allocated? Only once. For non-static variable, how many times the memory is allocated? 2 times. For non-static, memory is allocated 2 times. For static, memory is allocated once. For non-static, memory is allocated 2 times. Right. So for static variable, memory is allocated once. For non-static variable, memory is allocated twice. Then I told, print the value. System.debug, static example.a value. What is static example.a value? 0. 1.b value, 1b value, 2b value, 1b value 0, 2b value 0. Then I told 1 dot add. When I say 1 dot add, it is calling the add method. What that add method is doing? A value equal to a value plus b value equal to b value plus 10. A value equal to a value plus 10. B value equal to b value plus 10. Now, where is that a? 1 dot add. Who is calling? 1. In the 1, do you have any a value? No. 1 a, okay, a value is a common for all the objects. Go to this, a equal to 0, 0 plus, because a is common to everyone, go to this and modify. B equal to b plus 10. Whose b value? I told 1 dot add. So we are calling 1 dot add. Go to the 1, in the 1, b equal to b plus 10. So whose value we are modifying? B's value of 1 is modified. Then I told system.debug, static example a value. What is the value of a? 10. 1 b value, 2 b value. When I made a change on a, it has affected both. When I made a change on b, it has affected only the member of okay, object 1. When I made a change on a, it is common for both of them. When I made a change on b, whose b value is modified? 1 dot b value is 10, 2 dot b value is 0. Do you get my point? Because b is separated for every object. A is common for every object, b is separated for every object. When I make a change on a, for both the objects, a value is modified. The next again, 1 dot add. When you say 1 dot add again, a equal to a plus 10, b equal to b plus 10. What happened again? A equal to a plus 10, a equal to a plus 10, b equal to b plus 10. Whose b value is modified? A value is 20, 1, b value is 20, 2. So whenever I was making a change on A, it is getting reflected for both the people. Whenever I am making a change on B, it is only getting reflected for 1. Then I told 2 dot add value. 2 dot add means A equal to A plus 10. So what is the value of A? Go to this. Then we had A equal to A plus 10, B equal to B plus 10. Whose B value? 2 dot add. B equal to B plus 10. Whose B value? B equal to B plus 10. A equal to A plus 10. B equal to B, okay, B plus 10. So what is the value of this? I hope you got my point. A equal to A plus 10, B equal to B plus 10. Now what happened? A value is 30. So if you are making a change from 2 or 1, a value is getting modified. But when you say 1 dot add, it is only the b value of 1 which is getting modified. It is only the b value of 1 is getting modified. When you say 2 dot add, it is only the b value of 2 is getting modified. B value of 2 is getting modified. Are you getting my point? The value of 1 is getting modified, value of 2 is getting modified. Whenever you say 1 dot add, once b value is modified. Whenever we say 2 dot add, 2's b value is getting modified. Look at the point. I told 2 dot add. So whose b value is modified? 2. When I say 1 dot add, whose b value is modified? Now look at the point, boss. Static means common for every object. Non-static means for every object there is a separate variable. Now 1 dot b value, 2 dot b value are the same or different? They are different. Now when you make a change on 1, will it affect to 2? It will not affect. But when you take a, it is common. Let me explain it once again. So here we had first, in this, do you have any common data? Then I have created 2 objects. The 2 objects. What does it mean? Tell me. What does it mean? Now, if one want to refer to a, from where it refers? 1 dot a means it will go here. 1 dot a is 0. 2's a value is go here. 2's a value is 0. 1 dot b means this is. 2 dot b means this is. A is common for both of them. B is independent. When I told 1 dot add, so what is that? A equal to a plus 10. B equal to A is common for both of them, so the same A will be modified. But B is not common, right? Whose B value is that? 1 dot B value equal to B value plus 10. So what is the output we are going to get? A value is 10. 1 B value is 10. 2 B value is. Now we have again 1 dot add. Again, when you say 1 dot add, A value is 10 plus 10, 20. 1 B value. 1 B value is 10. 2 B value is 1 dot add. So what is the value of B? 10. 10 plus 10, 20. 2 B value is 0. 2 dot add. A value is 30. A value is 30. Then 1 B value 20. 2 B value 2 B value. Did you get the context? When you say 1 dot add, the B value of 1 is getting modified. When I say 2 dot add, B value of 2 is getting modified. But A is common for both of them. A is common for both of them. When you say static, it is common for every object. Non-static, it is only specific to that object. So when you say object dot method, only the variables of that method, variables of that class will be modified. So when you say 1 dot add, only the value of B of object 1 will be modified. When you say 2 dot add, only the variable of object 2 will be modified. Are you getting? Right, Amma? Am I clear with this? Am I clear? Right. Now let us execute the program. This is what we have. A value 0, 1 B value, 2 B value 0, 0. When I said 1 dot add 10, 1 B value 10, 2 B value 0. Again I told 1 dot add A equal to 20, 1 B value is 20, 2 B value is 0. Then I told 2 dot add A is 30. In both the case A value is increasing. Okay, 1 B value is 20, 2 B value is 10. So non-static variables are with reference to object. Static variables are common to all the objects. So here we have static is a, it will be used along with variables. Static variables. If you define variable as static, if you define the variable as static, memory will be allocated only once. That is time of loading the class. That is at the time of loading the class. If you define the variable as static, memory will be allocated only once. That is at the time of loading the class. Static variables referred. Static variables are referred using class name. Static variables common to all the objects, and every object can modify. Then non-static variables are specific to objects. They will be defined number of times. They are specific to object. They will be defined number of times depending on number of objects. This is a big deal. This is how we got it. What is the expected output? This is how we create it. This is the output what we receive. Now let us get into the next context. What was that? This is the output what we receive. Static variables we are defined. Now we will see how static data, okay, static methods will be defined. Again I repeat, static variable means it is a common for every object. Memory will be allocated only once. A simple thumb rule. Memory is allocated only once. It is common for all the objects. Remaining variables are specific to every object. Every object have their own variables. But here static is common for every object. Now what do you mean by static method? Generally, if you define any method, how you call? Public static. I have defined the method as static. When you define the method as static, what is the keyword we are using? Static keyword we are using. Now, regularly, method will be called as what? If you want to call the method, we create static example. This is how we are going to call. But object dot method name we are going to call. If it is static, static example dot class name dot method name. If any method is defined as a static, we straight away give class name dot method name. Static methods are called with the class name. If any method is defined as a static, they are accessed with the class name. Class name dot method 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 name. Right. If you are calling class name dot method name, that method should contain the common data only. Because I am not calling with the object. If I say sc dot call me, we are taking the data from sc object. When it's a class name dot method name, it means we are taking the data which is common. So if I define any method as a static, in the static, only the static variables of the class can be used. So here, what I can do, eval equal to, save it, no problem, because the variable is static. If I give bval equal to 40, it is not accepted. Throwing error. Why? B is not static variable. So only the static variables of the class can be used. If you want, you can define local variables, no problem. There is a local variable, no problem. We can have a local variable, but only static members of the class can be used within the method. If you want, you can define local variables, no problem. But static method only contains static members of the class. Static method can only refer to static members of the class, because I am not calling with respect to an object. I am calling with respect to a class. So in the class, whatever the common data is there, only the data I can use in this method. If you want local variables, you can define. There is no problem. But class members should be static. Only the static members of the class are accessed. Only the static members of the class are accessed. Only static members of the class are accessed. Only static members of the class are accessed. I hope you are good with this. Let me give you. If you define any method as static, then method can be called method will be called using class. In the static method, only static variables of the class are used. Syntax: access modifier, static, run type. Access modifier, static, return type, method name, parameters. This is how we are going to call it. How do you call it? Class name dot method. So static methods are called with the class name. If you define any method as a static, only the static members of the class can be used, and it is called using class name dot method name. So anything that is defined as a static, that will be called with the class name. We see the purpose of this when you go to Apex programming. Okay, right now we are looking at a syntax of writing and what is the functionality of this one. We'll use them when you go to Apex programming, right? I hope you're good with this. Now,
Yeah, hello Satish.
yes, Amma.
So even if we declare any variables in static method, so it automatically going to become
now you cannot define local variables as static. You cannot define local variables with access modifier. Local variables are locals only. They are only limited to the scope. You cannot define a static for the local variables. Okay. Local variables can never be a static. You cannot define any access modifier for the local variables. Local variables will be defined like a data type and variable. That's all. No more extra functionalities for it. Right, Amma?
So I can define like integer static.
That's what I'm saying. No, you cannot define means you cannot define any variable in that any local variable. You cannot define static. Any local variable you cannot define with access modifier. This fixed. Local variables cannot be appended with extra functionality. Only data type variable. You cannot make any local variable as. Yeah. Go ahead.
So what you are saying is any local variable inside the static method. So we can do that.
See, it is a method, right? Whatever the properties of the method will be there, that all will come here. In the method, can't we define a local variables? Right? That also will be defined here. Only the extra point is this method will be called with the class name, and only it has a restriction accessing the class members. Now rest all is a method. It is a static method. What all the properties of the method will come, the same properties will come here also. Only the restriction what we have is you cannot access every member of the class. You can only access static member of the class. As simple as that. Right? It is a method. Whatever the properties we have for a method, same properties will apply here. Only the difference is while accessing the class members, it can only access static members of the class. Otherwise, it's a method only. Right, Amma? Is that was clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, yeah. No, they should be called with the class name. See, within the class, if you are using, no need of any object. If you are creating an object and trying to call it, you should not call it. You have to call it with the class name. You cannot call. See, outside the class you are calling, I am asking instead of 1.a value, use class name dot a value. You cannot call with the object. It is not specific to object, it's common. So static variables are always called with the class name dot variable when you are calling from outside. Okay. Right. Now again I repeat this point here. Any method you take, within the method you can have local variables, but that local variable should not be appended with any extra modifiers like a static, like a public, like a protected. You cannot define it. Any method can have local variables. Now can't I define a parameter here? Right? Now is it a local variable only? Now what is that variable? It is a local variable only. So we can define local variable for any method. Right? But that method, that variable should not be having any specific access modifier. That variable should not append with any special keyword like a static. Are you clear? Only for the class members you need to apply your access modifiers and static keyword, not for the local members. I hope you're good. Everyone is good with this? Right, yeah. See, constructor is a method, static is a keyword. There is no connection. Okay, both are. Constructor is a method which will be called when you create an object. Static is a keyword. The static can be defined with a variable or a method. Okay. Static variables, not a method. Now, what did I told? If you define any variable as a static, it okay, memory will be allocated. Okay, memory will be allocated before the execution starts. For what? Static variables. This is not static method. Static method you have to call it. Any method you say you have to call it. It will not execute by itself. Only constructor is only the method which will be automatically called. Rest all the methods has to be called by you. If you define any method, irrespective of what type of method it is, you have to call it manually. Only constructor will be called automatically when you create an object. Right, Amma? Any other? Come again. Which one? See, what is the purpose of creating an object? Then what is the question you asked? Can you call a class separately? When the class will execute? No, don't prolong the question. Just answer my question. Will the class execute? Class will execute? Yes or no? Object. What is the object? What is the object? New. New means what? Allocating memory. You are allocating the memory and using it, right? Obviously, if it is a static variable, the memory will be allocated for those variable at the time of loading it. Static only, no. Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Before object creation, before the execution set, before it loads only, it will check. If you don't create an object, then what happens? Now other variables will not come. So see, you have a class like this. Now you want to print a value. You want to just print a value. No need of creating a static. No need of creating an object. If you want b value also, you want these actions also, then you require an object. You simply require. Like, let's say I am giving here. Right. Now I don't want all the things. I want only you don't require an object for this. You don't need it. It is a static, can be called with a class. Right. Now when you run this, while you're running, it say what class is used? Static. Okay, static example. Does it have any static variable? Yes. Refer to it. Now you want to call only call me. You need an object if you want to access other members of the class. For only referring to the static members, you don't need an object. Right? Any other? Any other? Followed by everyone. Sure? Pakka. Okay. Now, let us take a quick structure here. Now, let us take a quick example here. Now, I want to collect the CSC students of CBIT college data. Now, in that case, if college name is modified, everybody's name should be modified. If branch is modified, everybody's branch should be modified. For everyone, it is the same college, same branch. Now, in that case, can I create the data as a static data? Create a class. Collect. branch. Now in this case, now it's a branch and a college name should be common for everyone. Branch and college name should be common for everyone. Name and age should not be common for everyone, but branch and college will be same. All of them will belong to same branch, same name. If I modify the branch, for everyone it should be affected. Right? Now write the class for this. Create a class to collect student details. Now use the static functionality, this keyword and object creation.
So this is a small thing, but then I'm still confused with this
Right.
this keyword. Can you please open this example class?
Now let the people write the code. While writing the code, you can ask me a question.
Okay. Yeah.
People have taken this question. So what we are asked to do, public class public. I can give college. Name. Public. String name integer. This dot name equal to name. Ask your question now. The guy who has a issue with this, go ahead with the question now.
Now this is okay, but then in our this underscore example class, in that it is not matching how we are doing here.
The same question, a equal to 10.
Yeah, I know the variable to which we are assigning should be left side, right?
Exactly. The value which we are taking is right side, to which we are assigning to the left side. Now, this is the value which I entered. This should be stored to this.
Yes.
If I give EMP name, then it should be name equal to EMP name.
Then in our last example, it's EMP name equal to name.
Here I have taken EMP name here, right?
No.
Are you sure?
Not sure.
Now I have given the, so here the static data I have taken, because for every object, branch and college name should be same. I have taken name and age because they are going to differ. I am taking them as a parameter. Because I give the same name called name and age, there is a conflict. Because there is a conflict, I am using a keyword called this. We can print all the values. People have got it? When I take the name and age, I know that I am passing the value of name and age, which are stored to name and age. When I take name and age, I know that I am passing the value of name and age. They are stored to name and age. I hope everyone is good with this. Everyone is good with this example. I have taken them as static because for every object the same data should be there. If I make any modification, it should be reflected for everyone. I took name and age because every student will have their own name and their own age. Now I want them to be taken at the time of initialization. So constructor with the parameters. Because I am taking the name and the class also we have a name, there is a conflict. So when I say this dot name referring to the class, name referring to the local. I hope you are good. Everyone is good with that. Value of what we are taking is emp. To what we are assigning is, to name we are assigning the value called emp name. So name equal to emp name. Right, boss? Fine. That's all from my end for the day. We'll continue tomorrow.